Second crop corn is coming along nicely. Height-wise, it's almost caught up to the early corn, which is fully tasseled. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. First up on today's agenda, well, for me at least, other guys are already doing other things. Oh yeah, we can rake and bale that. Let's get started. Got everyone scattered around. Blanca's swathing, Aaron's messing with water, Cameron's raking, guys in the shop. Hector and I are here. We're in 100 different directions this morning, but either way, first up for me, stacking all the bales Hector and I put up yesterday. Real nice of the Beehive guys to leave this trash behind for us to clean up. Thanks for that, guys. Some good looking kosher. I went ahead and sent Hector on, told him to go bale. I grabbed the last couple there, and then I've got a couple, what is there, 10 and 6 in a corner. I just got to stack them right there, so it's kind of a waste of time to have a semi there helping with that. So he's going to go get started baling, and then I believe that's what I'm going to hop in as soon as I get done. Go bale some grass. I don't know how I feel about this. Hector keeps stealing my tractor and baler because he doesn't like this tractor. I really like this tractor, but I like my new baler a whole lot better than the old baler. Whatever, we're baling in the heat of the day. I like the tinted windows. What's up, Grouchy? It's amazing how many bales you can get off just random grass and kochia growing from rain. So the last stuff you seen was all kochia. This is predominantly grass with a little bit of kochia. And I'm going to say there's already over 30 out here. So by the time we get all that, which is turning into half-mile long rows, it's going to make 60, 70. It's insane. It's amazing how well things can do when it rains every once in a while. Again, if anybody knows how to turn down the baler noise, because turning down the volume on the deer monitor does not affect the bale monitor. It still screams loud. If anybody knows how to turn that down, feel free to let me know. Just got out of the baler, 62 bales I believe it was, but it's 12:30. I'll go find some lunch. Little sneak peek at what's to come. Where'd you come from? We'll get into that a little more later. There is the problem. So it might not look like it on the video, but that's a pretty decent hillside, at least for runoff. So when that sprinkler is coming around putting an inch on, you see right now the actual spray on the end nozzle is reaching the road. So it's one of those, it just kind of is what it is. Sucks because it made a mess out of a really good road, but oh well. Got about an acre or 2 acres here I'm going to bale up just so it's not a problem. 2 bales made, just picking up them ends. What I like though is my pressure was high, my moisture was reading low. So maybe this evening as the sun goes down we can get in here and bale this. Wouldn't that be a dandy? Put up some green hay! I don't think you guys have ever been inside our backhoe, so it's a Deere 310. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing too overly fancy, but still fairly decent. I really hope the air conditioner starts working better. Thought a good way to kill the rest of the afternoon is get started cleaning catch ponds, because our ponds are getting full. So I'm going to go show you how we do that. Pretty simple process. Want to scoop it out from the pond. Let's see if I can do this with one arm. And you dump it there on the bank. So all this pile right here easy. This whole pile right here is most of last year's. The big pile there is a combination of like the last 3. The sand is good for some things, not good for others, so sometimes it gets used up, sometimes it sits for a while. About 45 minutes is all the more I can take in this hot box. But I got a pretty decent start on this one. That'll actually be enough to last us for a couple of runs of water. So if I do this again tomorrow, I'll probably go to a different pond, because you don't need this whole thing done all the time. You need it done a couple of times a year, but not all the time. But that's what it does essentially. It starts like that, turns into that, and you dig it out so you can do it again. And so much sand and silt and all kinds of stuff is floating in our irrigation water. Shop is clearing out. I think now would be a good time to go get rid of some flies. Cameron's figuring out the newest toy. This little guy. So it's just a little Honda powered fan. Then you put your mix in here. Right now we're using Vapona, Tempo, and something called crop spray. You do this every couple of days in the evening when the cattle are kind of resting. It just blows a mist across them. Gets rid of the fly problem, because I don't know about you guys, but random flies in the house drive me absolutely crazy. Go walk in these pens with all that manure where the flies can breed and spread rapidly. Pretty simple control. You just have your ignition, a high and low idle. The rollover adjusts your angle, which is why we have the little wire sticking on it. I don't know if you can see the wire there in the mirror. And then boom, on and off. And you just drive around those. Once the cattle get used to it, they will actually come towards it when you're spraying. But when they're not used to it, they run. So I'll just kind of zigzag here through these corrals and the others. Hopefully make their evening and tomorrow a little bit more enjoyable. Get to that guy in a second. I want to talk about this guy. Guess what, guys? The 360 is home. It's only been gone for 2 months, maybe more. But either way, she's back. Finally. So they split the tractor, and when they do that, I mean, it's split right here. Rebuilt the transmission, put it all together, went to do pressure testing, and it was just dumping oil. They rip it back. They had to split it in half, rip the transmission apart. They found a seal that got crushed. Put it all back together. Pressure tested it, road tested it for a couple of days. So far, so good. So we'll see. Our plan is to get it on the ripper and get it going, because we've got fields that have been manured in the last week by Jill. So Cameron, get to work. Then you come over here to the new guy. So this is a 19-wheel Rouse rake. Our Darf rakes are 17 wheels. Talked to a couple neighbors and they said when you upgrade to these, go with the 19 because they reach a little bit wider. So when your hay blows and you're trying to reach out to clean up all the debris while raking, 19 wheel makes it a whole lot easier. Interested to see how this one does. Bart and Blanca got it all set up. Cameron was just fiddling with it so he knew how to run it, because plan right now is to bale sometime tonight because we have some green hay potential, as you've seen. I'm interested to see how this one does. Everyone that runs one says they're not going back to a Darf. So I don't know. A lot of wheels. A lot of tires. Seems like a lot of ways for things to go wrong. Either way though, I'm excited for it. So, I'm going to do my usual, go around, check pivots, check on the cows, check on the kids, and then bale sometime in the middle of the night. Talk to you guys later.